Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So, for years, I have been rainbowing characters. The way I've always operated with my channel, if you guys notice, every Dokkan Awakening I do on camera, right? Every time I rainbow a character, I always make sure to get it on camera. It's just the way I've always done the channel. So for years, I've rainbowed a lot of characters. The very first character we're going to see in 2 seconds is going to be the pink shirt Vegeta, back when I rainbowed him. Now, this clip you're about to see is from the 4th anniversary in 2019. So I've been rainbowing characters for years, but I've never had anything to do with these clips. There's a lot of these clips in here is me talking about, oh, we'll rainbow this character to prepare for chain battle. Again, we're talking throughout the years. A lot of these clips you guys are actually gonna, see. So, for the 10th anniversary, 10 years worth of rainbow stars, I think we're gonna go ahead and get into this. I have something like 500 clips of rainbow characters, so, I don't know how many I'm gonna stick into this video, but, during the 10th anniversary, 10 years of rainbows, I feel like it works perfect. Alright guys, so I had some extra orbs lying around, and I figured, you know what? You know what would be really goofy is if I rainbowed the 200 million download celebration pink shirt Vegeta, which is JP exclusive, and then Global got that Yamcha. I'll be honest, I'm really not even that big a fan of the exclusives on each version. I would like to see them add those cards to the Baba Shop or something, but I guess that's probably not something they'll do, since it was like that big celebration competition between Global and JP. These cards obviously aren't very good. This is more of a meme rainbow that I'm doing, kind of like, Bio Broly, but hey, let's see what our boy Pink Shirt Vegeta is capable of dishing out. He just got a brand new category in the Vegeta's Lineage team, so maybe he could be pretty decent on there. Hey, we'll find out soon. Alright guys, so with the LR Super Baby 2 banner, your boy was finally able to get the last copy of LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku that I needed to go ahead and rainbow his TUR. Now, it's funny, this Goku, there's 2 LRs I was not able to pull from that banner. One of them was LR Majin Vegeta, and the other here was LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku. But the golden gacha coins are now a thing, so your boy was able to use them to go ahead and rainbow this Goku right here. Now both his SSR and his CUR are just base form Goku. They're actually sort of decent units. This guy's not too bad. So I figured, I wouldn't have a problem go ahead rainbowing him, and we'll see how solid he can be. He could probably be pretty solid over on the Goku's Lineage team. The only thing is that, of course, because he goes from base form to Super Saiyan 3 at LR, he doesn't actually link up very good with the LR, so that's not really going to be the focus of today's video. Now, let's go ahead and see how solid this Goku can be. Alright guys, so finally, thanks to the LR Super Baby 2 banner, that also had LR Goku, Trunks, and Pan on it, your boy was able to get the final copies I needed to actually rainbow the SSR version of LR Goku Black. Now, obviously, LR Goku Black has a really big jump from TUR to LR in how good he gets. The TUR version is solid as well, and then this SSR Goku Black is also another solid version. The healing that he can do really can be quite helpful, so I figured why not go ahead and rainbow this SSR version of Goku Black. Definitely worth it, and then we could see how strong the full LR Goku Black family team can be, with all of them now rainbowed. The healing, I'm sure the defense is going to be outrageous. Alright guys, so here we have the AGL Omega Shenron, who came out along with Physical Omega and then Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I decided to go ahead and rainbow this guy. Really, the main reason I decided to do this is because this Omega, a long time ago when he first came out, I got him to 10% in the dupe system or something like that. So since I had already put a few orbs into him, I was like, you know what, whatever. I'm just going to go ahead and fully rainbow him. I think he can be useful on a few different category teams as a support type unit. Maybe Metal Cooler's team. You could use Extreme AGL units there, or maybe even the LR Super Baby 2 team, where you can also use extreme AGL units over there. So let's go ahead and rainbow this Omega, and let's see if he could be, decent at all. He's probably not going to be too useful, but you know what? Whatever. We'll just go ahead and put the rainbow star on him. After all, I mean, he is an Omega Shenron card, right? Alright guys, so I'm an anniversary late with this, but I decided I would go ahead and rainbow this physical Goku, the training Goku on his way to Planet Namek. There's a few reasons I decided to rainbow this guy. One, he's on a couple of low-level category teams where he could be useful, like the low-class warrior team, and then I think this is a Planet Namek Saga category as well. He's on those teams. I think, he might be able to add a little bit there, because he can heal when your health is low enough. So I figured, you know what, why not go ahead and rainbow him? We'll see how useful this guy can be, because eventually we could get like a low-class warrior Super Battle Road category stage or something like that, and maybe if that happened, this physical Goku right here could be pretty decent. So, we'll go ahead and try out this guy, one anniversary too late, right? Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and here we have the SSR of LR Trunks. Now, he probably is the best version of this character, like the Trunks youth, teen, future, whichever moniker he has. There's only this Trunks and then the Super Strike Trunks are the only two for it. So I do think eventually like a Dokkan Fest of this Trunks that transforms into Super Saiyan would be viable, and that would be a good way to keep LR Trunks still good, but then also give us like a new like Trunks, right? Because he has such an iconic transformation that I feel like that would be a great Dokkan Fest exclusive card for us to have, right? So because this guy right now is the best character with this name, I definitely decided to rainbow him. He is the SSR or, previous version of an LR. So I definitely wanted to, rainbow him for the flex. Now, I could have done this long ago. I pulled LR Trunks, 50 plus times, but I bobbed countless LR Trunks before I was like, wait a minute, why don't I rainbow the SSR too? So here we go. All right, let's go into a couple events. And let's see how good the SSR of LR Trunks is. The TUR, by the way, is like basically worthless because he's like base form Trunks as an SSR, and then TUR and LR, he has the same name. He's just Super Saiyan, right? So I've got a copy of the LR rainbowed and now a copy of the SSR rainbowed as well. Alright guys, so here he is, Day of Destiny Super Saiyan Gohan. Now, just like LR Trunks, I had pulled, 50 copies of LR Gohan throughout the years, always bobbed them, and then I was like, wait a minute, I might as well rainbow the SSR of Gohan, because this right here, this probably is the best version of, Super Saiyan 1 Gohan, from, like, the Cell era, right? So, I figure we'll go ahead and rainbow him, we'll rainbow him for the flex as well, but, hopefully, eventually one day, as of right now, this Gohan does not have a Dokkan Fest, but I still believe this would be one of the most hyped Dokkan Fests they could drop. This Gohan right here transforms into Super Saiyan 2. That would be the epitome of hype, and that would be like the craziest banner Dokkan has ever seen. So hopefully they do it at some point, and I do think they will. But let's go ahead and check out this Gohan on a few different category teams that he's on. Alright guys, so here we have the physical Whis. Now, this may or may not be the best Whis card in the game, but he does have that interesting mechanic of healing when your health falls below a certain HP threshold, right? So, I figured I might go ahead and rainbow this Whis, and maybe try and utilize him for some no-item Realm of Gods Super Battle Road attempts. That stage is definitely doable, but unlike a lot of the other stages where it's like, you get a little bit of luck, you got a good team build and stuff, and you can kind of get through it. Realm of Gods is one that I do think it's complete RNG, right? Absolutely 100%. Like, it's very reliant upon Jiren getting his stuns, UI Goku dodging left and right, Gowasu and Zamasu getting tons of dodges. It is just complete RNG. So, I figured maybe utilizing Whis and his healing ability might give me a little bit of an edge. He might be a better option than LR Goku Black, who I've been using, because Whis can also stun with his super attack. That's the reason I did give him a full 20 additional. I thought about 15 dodge, but I decided to go with 20 additional instead. So let's go ahead and see how physical Whis will handle in normal Dokkan type events. Alright guys, so this one was a long time coming, but of course, I had to finish the trifecta of the waifu Android 21 here. I've already got the evil version rainbowed, we have the good transformed version rainbowed, now we have to get like the absolute waifu version rainbowed as well. I feel like she could be a decent option for like a free-to-play Android team. That's kind of one of the reasons I did rainbow her, right? Because I was planning on doing a video of a bunch of different good teams you could use for the Tech Cell Prime battle. I guess I might probably just wait until that comes out to global now. Just kind of like, rainbowing and using a bunch of different viable free-to-play teams to go through some of these Prime battle events, because right now, for a lot of free-to-play units, I would say that is the best use of them. As you guys see, I went for 20 dodge. Of course, she is mainly like a support type unit. A lot of support type units I actually am liking these days, giving either 20 dodge or 15 dodge. That does really help them out. So let's go ahead and test out our girl, the waifu, Android 21 on an event. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So today, we're going to go ahead and rainbow this Zeno Super Saiyan Trunks right here. Might be a little bit of an outdated unit, but this is the only Zeno Super Saiyan Trunks that we've got in Dokkan at the moment. Potentially in the future, we could see new Zeno Trunkses come with, future Dragon Ball Heroes cards or something like that. Maybe this guy could potentially get an EZA. There's a lot of interesting things that could potentially happen with this AGL Zeno Trunks, so it'll be very interesting to see exactly how things go. So let's go ahead and test him out right now before maybe he would be required for a future Extreme Z area event or something along those lines. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So today we're going to go ahead and rainbow the SSR for Frost. Now there are a number of units that have come out recently in this manner, right? Think of Frost, think of the Tech Trunks that Dokkan's in a Super Saiyan Trunks, think of Cooler and the Cooler Armored Squadron, think of Gowasu, think of the movie support Gohan, where the SSR is very good, and then the TUR is also incredibly good as well. So it's a thing where once you rainbow the TUR, you're still going to get value from pulling their SSR, right? Because this Frost final form right here, this is the best version of this character in the game, so it is relevant to keep his SSR around as well. So I went ahead and rainbowed him. Now we'll go ahead and start testing him out in some events. We'll kind of test him with the full power Frost and see how good he can be. Alright guys, so this might seem like a very odd rainbow to go ahead and do, but recently we just got a brand new category over here on JP, the Otherworld category, and it's not great, and there's not a lot of options in there. So usually when new categories get added like this, I do like to just, add some more rainbows to my box from a new category that might not have a lot. So I decided to go ahead and rainbow this STR Grandpa Gohan, because the AGL Grandpa Gohan, it's going to take a long time before your boy is able to rainbow him, unless I just get like an insane amount of luck on that Dragon Ball Saga banner, right? So I figured I'd go ahead, we'll rainbow this STR Grandpa Gohan. We'll see how good he can be. I mean, in all likelihood, this is a giant mistake. Obviously, he's not really going to be able to put up impressive numbers, but you never know. They might eventually give Dokkan Awakenings and then hopefully EZAs to a lot of the Super Strike units. I think that would be a very good thing for the game to do, because that's a lot of different free-to-play events that people probably completely ignore nowadays. You give those units really good Awakenings, and a lot of it's niche characters, too, like Grandpa Gohan, you have Paikuhan, Tien, King Vegeta, Chilled, King Cold, Mecha Frieza. None of those characters really have great versions in this game. So, like, you give those units Awakenings to TURs and then EZAs, and, like, that strengthens a million different teams. Like, that's a really good idea. So, hopefully they will get to it. Let's go ahead and test out this Grandpa Gohan, though. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to go ahead and continue the journey to rainbow every unit in the game. Today we're going to rainbow this GT Tech Trunks right here. There are a bunch of characters from, like, the Baby Saga that I probably would like to rainbow, the Baby / Black Star Dragon Ball Saga, in preparation for perhaps that category eventually coming into the game, right? Giving myself a lot of options for that team, I do think is a good idea. So we'll go ahead and put the Rainbow Star on this Trunks, and especially this Trunks with an EZA, I think could be a pretty nasty support type unit. So he could be a good option for that potential, Black Star Dragon Ball / Baby Saga category if it would come to fruition. And I do think it probably would be a combo of those two sagas, kind of like the Android / Cell Saga. I think the Black Star Dragon Ball AGL/Baby saga would make sense. Then I still would like to see a Super 17 saga as well. Even though it's only like 8 episodes, there is virtually 50 million characters in that arc, so it would be very easy to do it. They just have to start releasing more GT characters, but, you know, we'll see eventually. So let's go ahead and take this Trunks into some events. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and the quest to rainbow every unit has hit a funny turn. I'm going to go ahead and rainbow this. This is an SR, I believe it's Goten. Goten is the tech one. That Dokkan awakens into this Super Saiyan Gotenks right here, who is on a couple of category teams, because Gotenks units are. This unit is only an SSR, though, and it's definitely a bit of a wonky rainbow. He has an orb changer, so he's not horrible, but obviously, you know, with the new EZA physical and SCR Super Saiyan Gotenks, there's really no reason to use this guy most of the time. But, hey, you never know. They're going to get back to Majin Buu Saga stuff sooner rather than later. Maybe they'll give awakenings to this tech Super Saiyan Gotenks and the Int Super Saiyan version of this guy, and they potentially could be pretty solid. You never know. Like, for, like, Dokkan Battlefield or something like that. So, figure I'll go ahead and rainbow this guy. We'll test him out. I mean, he's not going to be the greatest, and he actually has a free-to-play potential system. Usually, these units don't have that are SRs, I believe, and I believe they don't usually have... Let me check. Just off the top of my head, where's, like, the AGL Shenron? Yeah, see, like, AGL Shenron has, like, normal, potential system buffs. Okay, so, alright, we're going to finish up here. Let's go ahead and check out this Gotenks in some events. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and the quest to rainbow every unit in the game continues on. Today we're going to go ahead and rainbow this Tech Super 17 right here. Now, he is an orb changer, so I feel as though he could have some value in the future. He also is still only an SSR, right? This is actually the Dokkan awakening of an SR. Is it... I can't remember if it's 17 or Hellfighter 17. It's Hellfighter 17. This is the awakening of the Tech SR Hellfighter 17 right here. Maybe in the future we'll get a Dokkan awakening for him into TUR, and you never know. You know, he could be useful even as well as the AGL Super 17, who, you know, is eventually going to be getting an EZA, that AGL Super 17, so he could become very interesting. I also think the possibility is pretty high of some sort of Hellfighter 17 and Android 17 unit that fuses into Super 17, or maybe it's just like a Hellfighter 17 like standalone unit that fuses. But I do think, you know, that's definitely a Dokkan Festival exclusive we'll see in the future. Probably going to be the Dokkan Fest Artificial Lifeform lead as well, because originally I was thinking Cell, like a transforming Cell had a high possibility, but that's probably not going to happen since we recently got one. Then I thought Android 13 was another possibility, but he was just an Android category leader, so it's got to be, you know, Hellfighter 17 or, you know, GT Android 17 or Super 17 as the Artificial Lifeform category leader. Who knows? Maybe by the time I actually complete this video and do the Rainbow Showcase for the 17, that has already happened. We'll see. Alright guys, so after a very long journey, your boy has managed to get the final dupe I needed for LR Baby's SSR, Baby Vegeta right here, to rainbow him. And of course, I managed to get the final dupe, I bought it with yellow coins. Of course, yes. So, with this, your boy now has LR Super Baby 2 rainbowed, TUR Super Baby 1 rainbowed, and the SSR Baby Vegeta rainbowed as well. So, let's go ahead and test out this Baby Vegeta. You know, there's so few extreme cards in the game compared to hero cards that, of course, an opportunity to rainbow, like, every stage of, like, a, you know, an extreme LR is always a good idea. You know, with, again, how few units there are, you know, it could be useful, you know, for some, I don't know, baby team or a themed video or something like that. So, we got Baby Vegeta rainbowed. Now, let's go ahead and test him out. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and your boy is continuing the journey, the quest, the legendary mission to rainbow all units. So of course, today we're going to rainbow Tech Whis. Honestly, a lot of the Whis need an EZA or something. I mean, doesn't even have 7 links. I feel as though eventually we could potentially get like a Dokkan Fest Whis. Using the exchange mechanic, right? So like a Whis that would exchange into Gogeta from the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, potentially on a movie hero team, I think would be very, very cool to see. But for now, a lot of the Whis cards aren't the greatest, which is, you know, interesting because Whis is like, you know, one of the strongest characters in the show who would disintegrate like any, well, I don't know, Gogeta, Broly, all of them would just get instantly one-shotted by Whis or whatever. So, It is interesting, right, that like Whis isn't really too crazy good. He can lower attack, which I mean, I guess is really his one saving grace, right? But we'll see. You know, maybe the Whis will eventually get an easy A or something along those lines. Hopefully, right? Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to go ahead and rainbow this Super Saiyan Goku right here. Now again, you guys know I'm on the quest to try and rainbow every unit in Dokkan. Now this Goku at least could have some value at some points because he is an orb changer, so you know, even though he's never ever ever going to match the greatness of LR Spirit Bomb absorbed Goku, this guy could still be a relatively decent option if, you know, we're trying to beat the punching bag event or some sort of event like that, right? So like there will be some value in actually going ahead and giving this guy a rainbow star and letting him be useful, right? Like, I don't know, now that easy A's for LRs is a thing, what if Int LR Gohan gets an easy or something like that, and it's just like his damage then becomes so overpowering that nothing in the game can match him? Well, maybe this Goku, who's an orb changer right here, could be, you know, really good then to support that Gohan, you know, something like that. So go ahead and rainbow him, and then let's test him out. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to go ahead and rainbow this guy right here, Baby Gohan. Now, right now, Baby Gohan is only an SSR, so there's nothing really too crazy about him, right? He's an old free-to-play unit, not going to be the greatest. He does actually have 7 links, by the way, which is surprising for an SSR. But the thing about him, and, you know, some of these other, you know, units, I think we will eventually get like a Baby Saga / Black Star Dragon Ball Saga category, and we potentially could see many of these baby infected Saiyan characters, or even like a baby infected Videl type character, eventually be released and be actually interesting units to run, right? So I figured I'd go ahead and put a rainbow on Baby Gohan now, in preparation for potentially, you know, a bunch of them getting awakenings in the future, right? Because there's a baby Trunks, there's a baby Goten, there's a baby Gohan. I think all of those units potentially could be interesting on like a full baby team for like the Baby Saga category or something like that. It'll be very interesting to see how things play out, because as of right now, I'm recording this during the 5-year anniversary, there has not been any GT units in a very, very long time, so I am expecting more batches of GT units coming at some point soon. Alright guys, so we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to go ahead and rainbow this unit right here, this Piccolo from the Universe 6 tournament, right? Now, this guy came out at a very unfortunate time period. If this Piccolo had come out nowadays, his name would probably be Piccolo and Clones. Honestly, it's pretty bizarre that we don't have a character like that yet, because it would be very, very important for the Namekian category team, right? Which right now, you know, there's 50 million Piccolos, but you can only use one Piccolo on the team. So something like Piccolo and Clones would be very valuable for that Namekian team because there's so few Namekians. So it is bizarre to me that they have not done that as of yet, right? They could maybe add Piccolo and Clones to this character's name. Eventually we'll see, maybe they would do it, maybe if they would wise up. I mean, obviously they should do that. Then they could release a Piccolo from the Tournament of Power, and then we could have a Piccolo and Clones that we could use on the Representatives of Universe 7 category. Like, these are just very basic ideas that, you know, me, a dummy, could come up with, so I hope Akatsuki would look into doing some of this. What is this category? No, this is the Master and Student Bond category. Okay. So, you know, we've got this Piccolo. I'm going to go ahead and rainbow him. Basically, the main reason I'm rainbowing him is his inclusion on the Representatives of Universe 7 category. We never know when our boy might get an easy A or something like that, so potentially he could be a solid option for that Representatives of Universe 7 category, right? You know, maybe we'll eventually see a Piccolo and Clones card. I mean, certainly from the Saiyan saga, we could get one at least. Or, you know, again, from his fight with Frost right here. We'll see what they do. But let's go ahead and test this Piccolo out. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and we are continuing on with the quest to rainbow every unit in Dokkan. Today we're going to rainbow the free-to-play Vegeta and Bulma card. This is this still might be one of the better free-to-play cards in the game, honestly. I mean, just among free-to-play TURs, right? Because counter units can be very good. The only thing is that this guy especially will really lag behind unless he's getting full crits. So, of course, you have to make sure you give him full crits in the potential system. Critical equipment if you want as well. But the only thing is, of course, any critical equipment that you get, you want to toss that onto AGL Super Vegito before you would worry about a free-to-play Vegeta and Bulma card, right? But I do like rainbowing a lot of free-to-play units, to strengthen up some of my free-to-play teams for, Prime Battle events, and who knows, they could release some, sort of difficult event or something like that where this card would be necessary. Extreme Z areas are a thing where a lot of times these types of units are very useful in them, right? So, it is good for me to rainbow a wide array of units. So let's go ahead and check out how strong this Vegeta is. He did recently just get a new category at the time I'm recording, rainbowing him in the Explosion of Anger category. But let's go ahead and hop into some events. Alright guys, so recently we got a Dokkan Fest exclusive Beerus added to Dokkan for the first time in quite a while. Alongside him came the new STR Whis, who brings, honestly, to Dokkan a Whis just built different on a different level entirely than the rest of the Whis units in this game. Now, for a long time, I actually probably would have said that this Whis was the best Whis in the game. The 2 key and 20% attack and defense support type passive is pretty good. I felt like that was quite good. Because of, the sort of new Beerus celebration, I decided to go ahead and rainbow all the different Beerus and Whis cards. Now, obviously, our boy, Whis here, he is not nearly on the level of STR Whis, but, not many units in the game are. STR Whis is one of the strongest defensive units in the game. He is a very powerful support type unit. He can heal, he seals, he lowers attack. STR Whis is just so crazy, but, I do want to try and rainbow at most units in the game, or all the units in the game if I can, so, of course, this Int Whis right here was among those that I needed to rainbow. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to go ahead and rainbow our boy King Vegeta. Now, this is the only UR or higher version of this King Vegeta in Dokkan, from Dragon Ball Z, basically. There is also Dark Mask King, who is King Vegeta, but of course, he's from Heroes. He also is only an SSR, but he, technically is King Vegeta as well. But, with the recent info of Dokkan putting out a survey and asking if we would want Dokkan Fest, Dokkan Fest exclusives or LRs related to Dragon Ball Heroes, I think the possibility of a Dark Mask King banner or something like that is definitely in play. Maybe this guy could get an awakening or something like that, this OG King Vegeta, because remember, the Super Strikes are all still SSRs, so they could easily get awakenings, and some of them could probably turn into very, very interesting cards. And I do have a long history with my boy King Vegeta here. Any OG player will that grinded the original LR Tech Super Saiyan Goku. If you guys remember, you had to struggle to beat that with only Super Strike characters. So Chilled, King Vegeta, King Cold, Mecha Frieza, Android 16, those were the go-to characters to take down that Tech LR Goku. So, of course, I got a lot of respect for my boy King Vegeta here, helping me, back on my original global account, getting that OG LR Tech Goku was very, very good, right? So, let's go ahead and take this King Vegeta into some events. He's only Super Strike, so he's not going to be super impressive, right? But let's see how he does. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and this last World Tournament was sort of brutal. It was a little bit brutal for me in terms of summoning for, new units from that World Tournament banner. But I did finally get another copy of LR Piccolo. I now only need one copy of LR Piccolo, and I can go ahead and rainbow him, so that is good. Today we're going to go ahead and rainbow this Vegeta from the Android Saga. This guy's actually pretty solid. I do think he is, just another helpful option for the Android/Cell Saga team. That's more so where I see him being useful, right? Again, is on the Android/Cell Saga team, rather than being on something like, I don't know, right? Like, Vegeta family or something like that, because, he's on a few categories, but, the Android/Cell Saga team, that's what needs help. I want more units from that arc, that whole Android/Cell saga, to really buff this category. That's one of the categories I do want to see buffed. So let's go ahead and awaken this guy and rainbow him. Soon, I mean, within the next couple world tournaments, there's a plethora. I'm talking like 7 or 8 units from the world tournament that I'm 1 copy away from rainbowing, now including LR Piccolo, Tech Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, Tech Super Saiyan Goku, Int Forearm Tien, Kami, Int Jackie Chun. So many units that I'm only 1 copy shy of rainbowing. So there's going to be a lot of world tournament rainbows coming up, throughout the course of the next year or so, I would say. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and I am very, very, very late on this one, but today we're going to rainbow the Int Turles. Now, Int Turles was good for a very long time. When he first came out, he was absolutely incredible. A very powerful unit, right? And he's still good to this day. Like, he's solid. Well, he's solid. You could run him in certain situations. He does have a high chance to stun. He does have a support type passive, but obviously we have since gotten a Dokkan Fest exclusive version of this guy who is better. Although that Dokkan Fest exclusive Turles is aging a little bit for 2 reasons. 1, he doesn't have defense on his passive for himself, and 2, he does not give defense for his support type passive. So, maybe this guy could easy A one day and give attack and defense, and he might actually even be better to run than the Dokkan Fest exclusive. It could happen, but for right now, you're definitely always going to be better off rocking the AGL Dokkan Fest Turles. It's fine. Let's go ahead and hop into some events, and let's test out this Int Turles, who is also on the low-class warrior team, which, again, is very, very small. Alright guys, so with the World Tournament recently completed here on JP, there is another batch of units that I can go ahead and give the Rainbow Star. Now, we know that there's a Dokkan Fest Kefla incoming. I actually am going to go ahead and rainbow this Int hit right here before that Dokkan Fest Kefla's details are revealed, but she could potentially be like a new Universe 6 leader. Maybe there's other units that might easy it or awaken or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and rainbow this Int hit right now. In preparation for this Universe 6 celebration. Another thing that's going to happen is there is going to be Universe 6 exclusive equipment. So that could be interesting for some of these, various Universe 6 cards. So I figured, why not go ahead and rainbow this hit? He's not going to be as good as the STR hits, but I mean, hey, maybe if he got like a surprise easy A, he could be. We'll see, and we'll see how the Universe 6 equipment is going to impact some of these units. I actually am unsure of what the Universe 6 equipment is going to look like. But we'll go ahead and rainbow him, and I'll probably make sure to showcase him as well during this Universe 6 celebration. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to go ahead and rainbow this AGL Great Saiyaman unit right here. This is one of the Baba Shop units. They're okay, right? They're not the greatest. They're not the worst either. But I figured, with a lot of Majin Buu saga things, I think, upcoming within the next, several months to a year. I mean, we'll see how long it takes them to, release that LR Ultimate Gohan we think is coming out, right? The new Super Vegeta that's probably coming out. The new Buuhan. A new Kid Buu. An exchange, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Vegeta, Hercule, Fat Buu, Spirit Bomb card, whatever it's going to be. A lot of those different things are going to take shape. So I figured, maybe rainbowing this Great Saiyaman could be good. Maybe they release, like, some sort of ridiculously powerful, okay, so maybe like LR Kid Buu is like an AGL unit, and maybe he's so good that like just filling the team with supports that would, support him would be the move. And if that was the case, then like this, AGL Great Saiyaman right here, rainbowing him could be a good idea. So I figured why not go ahead and do it, right? And he is on, a lower level category too, like special pose as well. Definitely a team that, I would sort of want with a couple more rainbows also. And, we'll see what happens if these Baba Shop units ever do get an easy A, which I think is very possible, right? So let's go ahead and test out this AGL Great Saiyaman. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and this is going to be a bit of a weirder rainbow, right? I am rainbowing another one of these Super Strike characters. This is actually the Tech Jackie Chun, who's not the worst, actually. I mean, for some of these Super Strike cards, you know, they get an Awakening, then they then get an EZA on top of that. I think some of these Super Strike cards actually could be pretty decent. Like, you look at Jackie Chun, right? So Jackie Chun seals, and he gives tech types 25% attack and defense. You Awaken him, and then EZA him, this guy's going to be super damn good. And, you know, that could be very good for, like, the Earthling category, right? So what if they Awaken this guy, EZA him, and then he gives 40% attack and defense to tech types and the Earthling category, right? Like, they could do things like that, creative ways to strengthen some of these bad category teams. That's one of the main reasons I decided to rainbow this Jackie Chun, by the way, is he's on 2 teams, Dragon Ball Saga, as well as the Earthling category that are very, very limited. Well, and World Tournament. So he's on 3 teams, Earthling, World Tournament, and Dragon Ball Saga, that are incredibly limited. So, you know, I want to get as many rainbow units and stuff on some of those teams as I can. So that's why I went ahead and rainbowed this Jackie Chun. Let's see how good he is. But, I mean, you know, 25% attack and defense, he will help the team. You know, that's much better than many other, you know, old-ass, like, Super Strike units and stuff like that are. So he's not going to be too bad. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today I'm going to go ahead and rainbow this guy right here. This is a Baba Shop free-to-play Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku card. He's a decent free-to-play option, but, you know, unfortunately you are not able to use him in Prime Battle events where I think he would be quite good, especially on that Goku family free-to-play team, you know, with, like, that Ultimate Gohan and some of those other units. He could be very, very interesting, but, you know, unfortunately it's just not going to be in the cards, right? So, the thing about this guy, you know, he is on, you know, one thing about the Angel Super Saiyan 3 Gokus, which is good, but, you know, kind of iffy at the same time, is that they're on both Movie Hero and Majin Buu Saga. Personally, I would rather they clean up the Majin Buu Saga and maybe get some of those Movie Hero units off of it. Like, I know, you know, I'm always saying, right, that I prefer, like, units to have as many categories as possible is good. You know, just as many options as possible is good, but I do sort of think that the Movie Hero category should count as sort of a saga category, and characters shouldn't be on multiple of them, right? So I do think kind of splitting up Movie Hero and the Majin Buu Saga would be a good idea. You know, they easily could release many more characters from both of those, you know, all the movies, and then, of course, also the Buu Saga, to where it would not be a big deal. You know, the Majin Buu Saga is one of the bigger categories in the game already, so it really wouldn't be that big of a deal. I know it would be annoying, but again, I would much rather, like, consistency, you know, these categories be cleaned up, you know, names of characters like Trunks and Blue Kaioken Goku be cleaned up. I think that would be best for the game's health overall. You know, but we would see. But this guy is a decent option. I did also want to rainbow him too, because of the fact that he's on the Otherworld Warrior category. There's just so few units on that category that I like to rainbow as many as I can for some of those lower level, very small categories, right? So let's go ahead and test this Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku out. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today we are going to go ahead and rainbow this Super Saiyan 3 GT Kid Goku right here. This batch of units I'm rainbowing at the time, well, I mean, I guess I'm going to upload these all out of order and stuff like that, so this is a weird thing to talk about, but a lot of these units I'm not enamored with how they did categories and stuff like that for them. Like, this Super Saiyan 3 GT Kid Goku is on the Shadow Dragon Saga, which is fine, right? You know, the team needs more options anyway. But, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe Goku actually even goes Super Saiyan 3 in the Shadow Dragon Saga. I don't believe he does. So, like, this character should not even be in the category. You know, let's say a Baby Saga category comes out. I would much prefer they just replace the Shadow Dragon Saga with the Baby Saga to be a little bit more correct. I mean, he even has his tail right there and stuff like that from the Baby Saga. I think that would be a little bit better of an idea to just, you know, be consistent, across categories, naming, just the game in general. If it was more consistent, that would be a very good thing, right? So, but, you know, I wanted to rainbow this guy. He is on the Shadow Dragon Saga team. Oh, he does have normal stats. Yeah, he's getting 5,000 from the potential system, like a normal summonable unit. That's interesting. But, you know, since the Shadow Dragon Saga is so limited, I figured, let me just go ahead and rainbow this guy. We'll see if he could be decent. I mean, he is a nice little support type unit, so he's going to have some value no matter what, which is good. So let's go ahead and test out how solid this Super Saiyan 3 GT Kid Goku will be. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and here we have Android 8. Now, I was very, very ecstatic to pull the last copy I needed of Android 8 to rainbow him after this most recent World Tournament. He got an awakening, and they made him an animal. He is a monster, and he is going to be so good for the Dragon Ball Saga team, on that team. And then I guess he's also on Explosion of Anger, right? He'll be pretty good on Explosion of Anger. It just, the thing about him is you do need a Goku family category ally on the team for him to be at max power. You know, obviously that's not really that big of a restriction. It just holds him back on the Android category team, that's all. But for like the Dragon Ball Saga team, this guy is a absolute demon now. He's going to be so good, and this category is very limited, right? There's only 40, I've only got 47 units on here, and that includes a lot of crappy units, like, you know, I've got Kid Krillin. Like, look, half of these are SRs down here that are worthless, right? So that is unfortunate. Now we have a lot of, you know, sort of fodder level cards here. Like, they really, I want them to give us a flood of Dragon Ball Saga cards. There's no reason not to. Just give us as much as we possibly can get to make this category better, even if it's all free-to-play units and stuff like that. Like, you know, recently they've done a good job. You know, Launch, you know, Kid Chi-Chi, Android 8, LR Demon King Piccolo. These are all perfect examples. Even this Tech Master Roshi. These are perfect examples of great ways to buff this category. I'm not too enamored with the SCR Demon King Piccolo. He's solid. Or like Kid Goku and Bulma. Great card right there, right? Like, you know, do this more to buff some of these lower level teams. It is very, very important. Only 1,147 of those medals for me. Yeah, I'm running low. So here, let's go ahead and Dokkan Awaken, Android 8. I'll level him up, and we'll go ahead and start testing out how good this guy is. And spoiler alert, he is a behemoth. They did a great job with this guy, for sure. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to go ahead and rainbow this Super Baby 1 right here. Now, this is a free-to-play unit that comes from the original Dragon Ball GT story events. Maybe this baby could be useful in, like, you know, Prime battles or something like that. Maybe, you know, making some Prime battle teams. I don't know, right? This is just my journey to rainbow every single unit in the game. So we have yet another one that we are going to go ahead and rainbow right here. So let's go ahead and put the rainbow star on Super Baby 1, and we can go ahead and test him out. You never know. You know, they're giving free-to-play units EZAs, EZA areas that are making them actually pretty good. So, like, they easily could give this guy an EZA area, and he could become pretty interesting. Like that, it wouldn't take a lot to make this guy decent, I think. Well, they would have to do a lot, but it's very realistic after the Cooler and Int Frieza EZA area. So, let's go ahead and hop into an event and test out how good this Super Baby 1 is. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to continue on our quest to rainbow every unit in the game. And today we'll be rainbowing our boy Kid Vegeta right here. Now obviously this Kid Vegeta is not going to be the most impressive unit of all time, but yeah, I guess that's all I've got to say. So let's go ahead and rainbow him. You know, he is a Super Strike unit. Maybe in the future, Super Strike units might get EZAs and Awakenings and stuff like that. And, you know, maybe I'll, you know, feel less stupid about rainbowing some of these Super Strike units. But for now, you know, on the journey to rainbow every unit in the game, there are some rough patches we have to go through. And, you know, I mean, I feel like this Kid Vegeta will do decent damage, but he's obviously not what I would consider a good unit at this point. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and finally, a year ago I didn't actually grind the SSR up, because obviously this is the TUR for Super Saiyan Goku and Super Saiyan Gohan, one of the very first exchange units in the game. But this SSR base Goku is pretty decent as well. He is a defensive stacking unit. He's just like a solid enough unit that you can, you know, run on some teams and stuff like that. So I figured, why not go ahead and give this guy the rainbow. The only thing is, I don't remember which node I didn't open up. Okay, there it is right there. and we'll give him additional. We definitely want to give this boy full additional so he can stack his defense as much as possible, right? So there we go. So we got this base form Goku rainbowed, a free rainbow unit, right? Because he's one of these free-to-play units with their own orbs. So let's go ahead and test him out. You know, obviously I'll grind up his links a little bit, but we'll see how solid this base Goku can be. Alright guys, so a year after the very first exchange units came out, I went back to rainbow their SSRs, both the Goku and Gohan unit as well as the Vegeta and Trunks unit. Now the Goku and Gohan unit is definitely quite a bit better because they stack defense, you know, just the base Goku stacks defense, whereas this base Vegeta, he stacks attack, which, you know, I find not nearly to be as useful of an ability, as stacking defenses, right? I feel like stacking defense is just way, way better. So, you know, it's unfortunate, but we'll go ahead and rainbow this Vegeta anyway. Again, he is a free rainbow unit, so there's no reason not to take advantage of that, right? And hey, at least add to the amount of rainbow units your boy has, I guess, right? Plus, you know, the Android/Cell Saga team is pretty... just as many options you can get on that team as you can is definitely a really good thing, yeah. Alright guys, so here we have one of the very first units I pulled on my account, the World Tournament Super Saiyan Goku. This guy's an okay support type unit. I feel like there's a chance we could see like an EZA area or something pop up sometime soon for some of these World Tournament units, and I feel like this Super Saiyan Goku would be right up there as one of the first units that could get it, right? So let's go ahead and put a rainbow star on him. I finally was able to get the last copy I needed of him from this last World Tournament, the 36th World Tournament. All these years of grinding the World Tournament constantly, and I only just got my 5th copy of this guy. Just absolutely insane. But this guy's on a couple of different category teams. He is still a support type unit, so he is going to have value no matter what. So let's go ahead and hop into some events, and let's see how solid this Namek Super Saiyan Goku is. Alright guys, so it took a long time, but your boy finally got the last copy I needed of our boy Jackie Chun here. Now this is good because Jackie Chun is still amazingly like the best World Tournament leader even after years of him being out. You know, obviously we could use a Dokkan Fest exclusive World Tournament leader. They could, you know, actually stand to put some good World Tournament units into the game. That might help out a little bit too. Maybe Awaken, because they, you know, put out this Krillin, Yamcha, Goku from the 23rd World Tournament, but they made them SRs on that Dragon Ball Saga banner. Like, I wish they would stop doing stuff like that. Like, make them good units, make the World Tournament category good. I mean, the entire basis of, like, the first part of the series is, like, on, like, how epic those World Tournaments were. We definitely need some better characters on that category for sure. But we got Jackie Chun rainbowed. Let's go ahead and start testing him out on some events. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and it is time in our quest to rainbow every unit in the game. Of course, there are going to be some duds, like this SSR Super Android 17 right here. The only thing, this guy's decent as in that he is an orb changer, but obviously it's time for him to get a Dokkan Awakening into a TUR. And then obviously Super 17 also just got his EZA. The AGL Super 17 just got an EZA into a tremendously powerful unit, right? But still, again, the quest to rainbow every unit in the game does press on. We'll go ahead and rainbow this Super 17, and let's go ahead and see how good this guy can be on a couple of different teams. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. Today, we have our boy Super Buu. This is a free-to-play unit. Not the craziest unit ever, but I do need to go ahead and rainbow him so we can continue in our quest to rainbow every single unit. So let's go ahead and give him a rainbow star. Again, not every unit in the game is going to be the best unit in the game. Unfortunately, you know, that's, you know, I wish every single video could be, hey, best unit in the game, but alas, we cannot have that happen. But let's go ahead and see how good this Super Buu is going to be. Spoiler alert, probably not that good, but it's all good. It's okay. It's okay. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to go ahead and put the rainbow star on this unit right here. This is a full power Master Roshi card that, you know, we get from the Baba Shop. I really would like to see them put EZAs on these Baba Shop units, right? Because, you know, some of them, the Deborah, the Nappa, you know, the Great Saiyaman, Krillin, this Roshi, like, you know, they could be useful in the right situations. You know, you could very easily make them category support type units and stuff like that. I think these units do have potential for the future, right? And then this Roshi is, of course, a Dragon Ball Saga unit, and he's on something like Earthlings as well. I do like getting a lot of rainbow units on like some of those lower level categories like that, just to sort of increase the options, right? You never know. So went ahead and rainbowed this Master Roshi. Now let's go ahead and level up his links a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and hop into the showcase here. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to go ahead and put the Rainbow Star on this guy right here. So this is the SSR version of the Dokkan Fest Transforming Vegeta card. Now the thing that's interesting about this Vegeta is he does stack defense. So we're going to be able to have this Vegeta basically stacking defense infinitely, right? So the Transforming Vegeta, the Transforming Goku cards, when you get to blue with them, they stop stacking. But by, having a base form version of them, the base form versions do not stop stacking. So, I never know, who knows when this card could potentially be useful. So I figured, again, why not go ahead, put a little rainbow on him. Of course, I gave him 20 additional since stacking defense is going to be the main use of this base form Vegeta right here. So I guess let me level his links up, and then we'll go ahead and hop into some events and see how good this guy can be. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. Here we have the unit that I think I may have pulled the most for myself in Dokkan history. This Transforming Goku. I've seen this guy's SSR pop up so many countless millions of times. I mean, he does have fantastic, amazing, incredible art, right? No doubt about it. This pose of Goku standing there ready for battle in Bardock's dream, right? We have the Frieza and the Goku. I do love that SSR art. So the one thing about this Goku and the reason why I decided to rainbow his SSR right here is because as a TUR, he builds up his defense, but once you get to blue, he no longer stacks defense or anything like that, right? Whereas this base form version of the Goku continues to stack defense the entire time he's here in base. So I gave him 20 additional, and this man, could potentially be good, for a defensive stacking unit, maybe in some sort of challenge run at some point or something. The only thing is he definitely is not on a lot of categories. He's only on 2 categories, Pure Saiyan and Goku family, so that does hold him back a little bit there. Alright, so I guess I'll go ahead and level up his links a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and hop into some events and test this guy out. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So today we're going to go ahead and rainbow this right here. So this, of course, is the SSR for LR God Goku, but we're going to go ahead and Dokkan Awaken them, and we're going to put the Rainbow Star here for the TUR for LR Super Saiyan God Goku. Now, unlike a lot of the other, versions of these LRs, right, like LR Kale and Caulifla has a really good TUR, right? Like, LR Super Baby 2, his TUR is okay. LR UI Goku, his SSR and TUR are pretty solid. I would actually say for this unit right here, this, God Goku SSR and TUR, they're not actually as crazy. I actually think the unit doesn't really come into its own until it reaches LR. But, I figured, whatever, we'll just go ahead and rainbow it, might have to flex, right, with the 15 copies of LR God Goku acquired, right, so I'll put the Rainbow Star on the Super Saiyan version. I mean, the one thing I will say is that the art for the SSR and the TUR is so amazing with all the other Saiyans doing the ritual, to turn Goku into Super Saiyan God, so that, of course, is very cool. So, let me level this unit up. We'll also level up their links a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and hop into some events. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So, today we're continuing our quest to rainbow every unit in the game, and today we are going to rainbow Great Ape Vegeta. Now, this is something that could come back to haunt me in the future, because I do think this character is primed for a Dokkan Festival exclusive at some point, right? I think a Kaioken Goku and Great Ape Vegeta dual Dokkan Festival, despite not being Super Saiyans and shit like that, I think this would sell well. Maybe for like Golden Week or something like this. I really think with the new animations and how good everything can look, it could be awesome. And Great Ape Vegeta's on a lot of categories, man. And, he's on teams like, Dragon Ball Seekers, Vegeta Family, Giant, that really, really could use the help, right? He's even on, like, he's on Final Trump card. And then, what is this? Is this Desperate Struggle? although this is Terrifying Conquerors, he's on so many category teams that like really could use the help. So if you drop a Dokkan Fest exclusive version of this character and all those teams, that is huge. So I definitely do expect to see this character become a Dokkan Fest exclusive at some point. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Maybe this guy could easy at some point too, because, you know, extreme, like, we just, please give us like a plethora of extreme, you know, easy A's, because, you know, villains are just shafted badly in Dokkan. So let me level this guy's links up a little bit, and we will test him out. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and here we have our boy Turles. Now this World Tournament Turles card for a long time has been very, very decent as a very good stunner, right? And he is, of course, Extreme Tech, which Extreme Tech is like notorious at this point for like never getting new units, or like when they do get big time units, they're very wonky, like, you know, Super Saiyan 3 Broly's EZA being far inferior compared to all the 100 and other 20% leads EZAs. Like, it's just so bizarre. So any Extreme Tech unit you can get your hands on and give any resources to probably is not the worst idea. Again, I am very hopeful for like World Tournament reward card EZAs, because something like this Extreme Tech Turles right here, getting an EZA would be very helpful for Extreme Tech, especially because so many of the good Extreme Tech cards at this point are Saiyans, right? Like the Tech Raditz, and then of course you have LR Tech Broly, LR Goku Black, and Zamasu. You have so many Saiyans on Extreme Tech that, you know, like if this Turles got an EZA, just a little extra something to buff him up, maybe give him like some damage reduction or something, that could help Extreme Tech out quite a bit in the long run. So let me level up this Turles' links, and we'll go ahead and test him out. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to go ahead and rainbow this card right here, this Tech Arale Chan. So there, of course, is 5 Arales. There's one for every typing: AGL, Tech, Int, STR, and Physical. I believe that the AGL, the STR, and the Physical Arales are summonable. I think the Int one was a login bonus, and then I believe that the Tech one here is farmable from an event. Now, her SSR is available on Global, but for whatever reason, they never brought the event back with the new stage to Dokkan Awaken the Tech Arale and then the STR Kid Goku. At this point, you have to wonder if the Arale cards are just, like, dead in Dokkan. Like, if they're never going to bring any of the Arales back or anything like that. I mean, if they did and gave some of them EZAs or something like that, that would be interesting. I mean, I feel like the Japanese player base would respond very well to, like, the Arale cards getting respect, because Dr. Slump is hugely popular over there. So, you know, as this is the only Arale that I have, I figured why not go ahead and rainbow her. She's not the greatest, but hey, you know, I do want to rainbow every single unit that I've got, right? So let me level her links, and we'll go ahead and test her out. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and recently, with the LR Turles banner, our boy LR God Goku has been added to the yellow coin section on the Turles banner. Global, I wouldn't really worry too much. It should be available, God Goku, you know, Dokkan Awakening and the UI Goku, of course, should be available with the next LR banner. Actually, I don't know when I'm going to upload this video, because I haven't even done the rainbow video for the TUR yet, let alone the SSR God Goku right here. Because now that link leveling is a thing, like, it's not like, alright, I just rainbowed the unit, time to hop into a showcase at level 1 links. That's not very accurate. I like getting, like, to around, like, level 5-ish before doing one of these rainbow showcases. So, I mean, that's probably what I'm going to do with this God Goku right here. We'll go ahead and get him, you know, maybe to, like, link level 5-ish, you know, somewhere in that range, and then sort of check things out. Definitely very excited. This God Goku's solid. The TUR Blue Goku is solid as well. Obviously not on the same level as the LR, but, you know, this will be good. This is very good with STR Blue Kaioken Goku, because you got the God Goku, you got the Blue Goku, Blue Kaioken Goku, and then STR UI Goku. Those 4 Super STR Reps of Universe 7 characters, which make the Spirit Bomb with Blue Kaioken Goku possible basically anywhere, which is very, very cool. So, let me get this guy's links leveled up, and let's test them out. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. Now this is a bit of an odd one, but I decided, since they refused to give us Extreme Tech units, that I would just go ahead and rainbow random things to give me more Extreme Tech units, right? So what we have is the SSR of Exchange Majin Buu, right? The Fat Buu slash Skinny Buu. Well, I mean, you could run this Fat Buu alongside those units, and I mean, this SSR Fat Buu here does have over 15,000 attack, which is very good for an SSR, obviously. So I'm going to go ahead and rainbow him. You know, a one extra rainbow option for extreme tech. I mean, sure, I'll take it, right? And we can go ahead and test him out, see how good he's going to be. This probably was a mistake because I'm not the biggest fan of Exchange Buu anyway. So obviously his SSR is not going to be nearly as good, but, you know, we'll see. You know, one extra rainbowed extreme tech unit, you know, definitely worse things I could use my orbs on at this point. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and we have a free-to-play unit here, Android 17. This is Android 17, I believe, as he's about to take down Anaraza, who is not yet in Dokkan, but I assume eventually Anaraza will be, because we need, you know, more additions to the giant category team. It's not really looking too good at the moment. So this free-to-play Android 17 is not going to be the craziest thing in the world, and what's funny is I'm going to rainbow him now, but by the time I do a video on him, he might even have a Dokkan Awakening, so that might be what this video ends up being. But for now, he has only an SSR. Again, in my journey to rainbow every single unit in the game, that includes this bad boy right here, even though there's a direct Dokkan Fest exclusive version of Android 17 from the Tournament of Power who's quite better than this guy. But I mean, this guy's still okay for an SSR. With a Dokkan Awakening, he could be quite good, actually. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and here we have our boy, Monster Carrot, Boss Carrot, a free-to-play unit from 100 years ago in Dokkan. This guy came out, back in March of 2017. As you guys know, my journey to rainbow every single unit in the game does include this guy. I mean, this guy is on some very, very small categories like Earthling and Dragon Ball Saga. So giving him a rainbow star is not the worst idea ever. Now, if they ever give this guy a Dokkan Awakening, he actually potentially could be a fairly decent unit, but we'll see if they ever do decide to, you know, give a Dokkan Awakening to this guy or release another version of him or what. But, I mean, he was only in, one episode in OG Dragon Ball. It's not like this guy was around for very long, but, you know, he still does deserve a card. So, let's go ahead and hop in and see how good this Boss Carrot or Monster Carrot is with the Rainbow Star. Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to take a look at this very, very, very old Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. This guy got a Dokkan Awakening with the Int Blue Vegeta Dokkan event, I mean, at the start of January of 2017. This is before I was even playing JP Dokkan. Now, I do expect sometime soon all the secondary Super Saiyan Blue Vegetas are going to be getting an EZA. So I'm rainbowing this guy now in preparation for that, and I'm going to start grinding his links, the STR Blue Vegeta, and the AGL Blue Vegeta. The only thing that's unfortunate is all three of them, I guess, technically are, you know, Resurrection F Blue Vegetas that'll be on movie heroes and stuff like that. But hopefully, when all three of these units get their EZAs, they will fulfill different roles across all these different category teams these Blue Vegetas are on, right? Realm of Gods, Pure Saiyan, Movie Hero, Vegeta Family, Sibling Bond, Worthy Rival, and Bond of Master and Disciple. They should make one really good on Vegeta Family, one really good on Movie Hero, one really good on, like, Sibling Bond. Like, that's definitely the best way to go about it. Hopefully, when these Blue Vegetas EZA, that's the way it's going to be. This is probably going to end up being a level 10 Link showcase, but we'll see if I can get all these Vegetas done, you know, to Link level 10 before that, you know, sub EZA comes out. But it's a pain because I can't Link level them all at the same time since they all have the same name, so we'll see.